Hi, I'm Terry McGee Jarrett, and this is Chroma Corona. This is the major quilt that I did during 2020, especially during quarantine. For the last 2 years, while I've been thinking about making Chroma Corona, I have been making quilts from my scrap bag, and I ended up with about 6 quilts that I made just from scraps, just out of my bags and baskets of scraps. So it was a real joy for me to be able to intentionally purchase fabric for this quilt and see this quilt come together exactly how I wanted it to look.
That's why I kind of like quilting with Mimi, because she'll just take those scraps that size and throw them away.
Just throw them away, yeah.
And I'll try to dig them back out. She'll be like, leave that in the trash. I'm like, okay. This right here, that's trash. That I'll throw away.
All of the fabric for Chroma Corona was purchased expressly for that project. For me, that is unusual. I usually make random scrappy quilts with whatever fabric I have on hand. The black fabric was not dark enough, so I overdyed it. The fabric I did not purchase myself was gifted to me by some of the ladies in my Saturday quilt group, the Stitch and Bitch. I also had to buy some fabric online during the summer, during the lockdown, because I needed some more light batik fabric. I had not purchased enough. I wanted a bigger variety. I planned this quilt from the beginning. I used a technique that I learned 25 years ago of mapping your quilt, making a mock-up of your quilt, and then cutting fabric pieces to put on your quilt mock-up so you would have a roadmap to go. That helped me invaluably when I was constructing the quilt to make sure that I got my pieces in the right place. It also gave me a good preview of how the quilt was going to look, to make sure that I had the correct colors that I needed, because I was the success of this quilt required that I have these specific colors. I'm very pleased. The main thing about the way this quilt came Chroma Corona is that I bought all the fabric for that quilt, front and back. I really struggled during quarantine, but having quilting to focus on helped tremendously. I was able to spend several hours every day quilting, and that relieved a lot of stress. I was able to get a lot done.
Hey y'all! Hey y'all!